Working as intended.
Yeah, bring it, fuckers. Bet yeah, it's gonna be nighttime.
Maybe. Oh, yeah, recording just started.
Let's see if keeping a Yellowite world running drained all the power or not.
Hey, it's nighttime. I know you still got power.
Yep. So it didn't drain it too bad. Look in the furnace box. Look inside the Sagmo box.
Oh my goodness!
Now look in storage and search for Yellowite.
$3.3 million, 8.2 ore, and 9 million dust.
And you have to remember that the 2.2 million ore would be doubled. So there you go. You're good for fuel. I'm gonna go get the my Ender Quarry back.
I think we stalled out. Oh, there we go.
Massive pit to bedrock.
Blazing Saddles is such a good movie.
Is that what you're watching?
Yes.
Okay, so where did my quarry go? Alright, now are there any other items that we need ridiculous amounts of?
More Yellowite.
I'm gonna fancy guess that we're good for Yellowite. Take this out and save us 50,000 RF per tick. Guess go back to terraforming the land. That's right, I need to bring my sponge. You know, we have enough power now. I think I should set up, like, ranged. I see, made some blocks.
Yep.
Actually, let's get some terraforming done first.
Geez, I even have the Tesseract going to your base still, and still making extra power at 90% control rod.
Bye-bye, water.
There we go, let's put it to 95%. There, now we're just at 2k RF per tick.
To be honest, with my solar panels, I get over 200,000 RF per tick, so I don't really have to worry about power.
Yep. I just wanted to build a reactor.
You just wanted to build something that could blow up. Unfortunately, that one can't blow up.
Yeah.
Just took out a bunch of water. Sponging off the land. Missing a couple sponge? Magic disappearing sponge? Alright. Pick up random gunpowder. So this looks like as far as I am going. Remove some water. Here a zombie.
Okay, some more basalt.
Are you running low?
Oh no. Just grabbing stuff to start making some more of my base.
I am removing stuff from the world. Nice, wonderful, flat grassland. Can't wait for a creeper to come up behind me and explode on me for 0 damage. So I can go a little... screw it. See what happens if I do this. It's like, is it still fine? Found the 2 sponge. Well, did that freeze the server? Just for a little bit. It happens.
Yeah.
I mean, when you mine out like 1,300 things at once, it's gonna cause some issues. More sponge work. You know, it would be if one of these things was just floating up and down on the surface.
What's that?
SpongeBob.
Dang it.
It's like, do you need me to take out any chunks of your mountain?
I can do that.
By the way, how's the progress going on your draconium set?
It's going good, I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'll see you working hard at it in your footage. Except, no, I won't.
Wow. Way to, peg me as somebody who doesn't do stuff that he probably should be doing. Instead, he goofs off.
I mean, you said it, not me. I'm just getting rid of this river because I don't want it in my way. It's like, who needs water? You don't need water to survive, right?
Nope.
confirmed in 7 days to die? Making good use of sponge. So I have all these old report cards from like middle school and stuff.
Mhm.
I found them and I was looking through them and I just kept thinking, when I was in middle school, man, I was a snotty little prick. Then again, I think pretty much every teenager is.
Yeah, I would think so.
Pretty sure if you're an adult now and you look back at the stuff that you did in middle school, you just think, wow, I was a dick. Bye-bye, water. So what other machines are you making?
I've got a alloy smelter, a metal former, a sag mill, a extractor, compressor, induction furnace, pulverizer, redstone furnace, and a recycler.
What other ones are you making?
None.
I guess my next project will probably be to start working on Industrial Craft 2 stuff. Once I'm done terraforming here. Make some UU matter. Because that's all that matters. Should have brought the old builders right out. Well, hello there, super column of water. Goodbye, super column of water. I hate super column of water, it's so annoying. Alright, fly on over back to base, my super cube base. It's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. I know later I'm probably going to terraform this dirt and remove it later, but right now I want it to just be grass to look nice. Cover up the big hole you made. Never worry about cobblestone again. Yeah, I might have broken open a big area. It's not super huge, so it'll just be a couple of seconds here.
Is it connection timed out? You might have broke the server.
Didn't even break that big of an area.
I think it's because there's too many things happening at once. Like you got your quarry going, and
Did I stop the quarry?
there's a million things in the alloy smelters. There we go.
But yeah, back to the old like middle school stuff. When I was like back in grade 8, I was like an annoying little shit. Something funny is that in middle school, I used to make these like stupid animations of like stick men dying. Like just think of stick death.
Yeah.
And I used to make like stupid poems about people dying, and and everyone thought I was a psychopath. Like to the point where the teachers were like, yeah, we need to talk. I was really good at math, though.
Well, that's a given.
Yeah, my grade 8 and 9 math teacher thought I was incredibly gifted, especially at arithmetic. I mean, I went over that the multiplication thing that my grade 8, 9 teacher used to do.
Yeah.
Such a good exercise. Teaches good arithmetic. That's something that was great when I made one of my professors in college do a double take.
How'd you do that?
I told you before, but we were doing this thing about prime number in one of my number theory courses. And like he had this number, and he's like, and this number is not prime. And he like totally expected nobody to get it. Or like totally, because it was, I think it was, yeah, it was like 400 and it was like, I think it was like 462 or something. And he's like, this number isn't prime. And like he expected like everybody just to be silent. And I'm like, well, of course it's not, because it's 42 times 11. And he like did a double take because he didn't expect anybody to get it right away. That's why when Final Fantasy XIV introduced the boss that had math mechanics, I was delighted.
I know. I thought it was a pretty awesome boss, too.
I just think that was funny how the searches for Google search for prime number went up significantly when that boss came out. It's like Google search, what's a prime number? Oh, hello, zombie. That also makes for another time to use rescue great. Alright, getting lots of dirt filled in. I'm only taking out 11 by 11, I'm fine. Man, Builder's Rod is so good. Couldn't live without it. So here's another good school story. I'm not sure if I told this one yet. But in middle school, I took this computer course. And this was back when, computers weren't exactly in every person's home.
Yeah.
And so I was doing this graphics communications course where we had to, draw certain things on the computer. It's pretty much a paint course. And I was pretty good at drawing little detailed things. So I had a really high mark in that class. And because of that, my teacher, who... their teachers are pretty much told that, you should never give out 100%, right?
Yeah.
So he would have to find the most obscure errors in any of my projects. When I mean obscure, I mean it made my mom facepalm.
What would he find?
For one of my projects, he took off half a mark because it was a picture of these two buildings with just a bridge between them, with people walking between. At the bottom, I had vehicles and stuff like that. Just tiny little vehicles. So the ones in the distance, I forgot to color in the background color underneath the 4 pixels between 2 tires of a truck.
What?
And he's like, I had to find something wrong with it. He said it took him an hour and a half to find it. When I was doing my accounting diploma, I took microeconomics. And in microeconomics, my teacher was one of those teachers that likes to give out bonus marks.
Oh, jeez.
I like those kinds of teachers. But I took it during the summer, so it was a fairly accelerated course because summer semesters are half as long. So the speed of the course is doubled.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing the course, and it's every single day there's a quiz. But me being Asian and study habits, I usually got 100% on the quizzes. I think out of 300 marks of quizzes, I think I maybe missed 1 mark throughout the entire course. And my midterm, I missed, I think 1.5 marks or something like that. So I entered the final exam with 99%. And on the final exam, she put a shitload of bonus questions, which were fairly complex bonus questions. But because the final exam, I knew everything going in because we had the quizzes so often. I finished the final exam in 20 minutes. And then I looked at all the bonus problems, and then I answered all the bonus problems. So I got 115% on my final exam. But you're not allowed to give over 100%. So what she did was she transferred those extra marks to the marks that I missed on quizzes and stuff and gave me 100% for the course. Which was nice of her, because she didn't have to do that, right?
No.
I can't remember much about microeconomics, but I just remember that the class was fairly easy because she made it easy to understand. And there was the quizzes that were always relevant and had like everything for the course up to that point too. So we never really had to study for the final exam. Yeah, I think there were like 8 of us in the class that got like high 90s or up to 100. And it's funny because there was another micro economics teacher who was kind of a jerk.
You'd try and find stuff wrong with your stuff too.
No, okay, that teacher, even though he found the things that were like the tiny little things that were, he wasn't a jerk. He was a really good teacher.
Well, no, I'm not even saying that, but like I know there's some teachers that just try and find things wrong because they're they hate it when they're proved wrong or anything like that. It's like, why is a student showing me up?
Well, I did that in math. My math 11 and 12 teacher, I always point out all the things that he did wrong. But the thing is, he like encouraged that. He's like, if I do something wrong or you find a better way to do it, tell me because I'm learning too. And I'm like, dude, you're 65 years old. And my macroeconomics teacher was kind of, I wouldn't say, he wasn't malicious in any way, but he was still kind of a doofus. Like, firstly, he was a very boring teacher. He didn't do a good job in teaching the material.
Oh, jeez.
However, that was the summer semester that I felt like pretty much deathly ill. And even with like doctor's notes and stuff, he wouldn't give me any extension. Which, now that I think of it, probably broke protocol quite severely. That was a number of years ago, so. Still kind of a douchey move, though.
Oh, jeez. Have you seen like the new way they do like subtraction and stuff in school? Some sort of, they call it like a ladder method.
Wait, what?
One of my aunts said she was trying to help her son with math, and it's like, let me see if I can find it. Oh, it's on Facebook. I'll have to find it later. But it was like something simple, like 32 minus 5 or something like that. And I mean, subtraction is simple. You just, subtract top from bottom, and if you have to borrow from before, you take it back. Like, very simple, easy work. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, this is the wrong way to do it now. Now they use this ladder method, and it's like 5 lines of, I have no idea where they're coming up with half this crud. Doesn't make any sense at all.
So I remember my grade 12 teacher, there was a geometry question. It was one of those, the circle things with like tangents and angles and stuff and different rules concerning. like when the angles hit the circle at a certain point. And so it was this intricate problem of finding an angle that it's just like you're given these 4 lines, like you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to find this angle, you have to find this tangent, find this angle, find this angle, find this, and I was like literally like 13 lines long. He's like, this was on the provincial, like, 8 years ago. It was a very tough problem. Not very many people got it. And after he showed everybody how to do it, like, he noticed that I hadn't written anything down. And he's like, well, what's the problem? I'm like, well, if you draw this line here, then you know this angle. And it was like 3 steps. And he looks at it and he goes, that's brilliant, but you're getting really annoying when you do that.
I just tell him to eat poop.
I wouldn't do that because I actually respected this teacher. He was really good. My 2 younger brothers had this German teacher, and he taught German and English. And he was pretty much the best teacher in high school. One of the best. But at the same time, I think he got in trouble a couple times because he wouldn't, like, he's like, I'm going to prepare you for college type thing. Here's what's going to happen. It's like, here's the study happens. It was like no bullshit. Like, if he told you that you were doing something wrong, or like if you were doing something wrong, he would tell you, you're doing this wrong, here's how to fix
it. Then you do it.
Well, exactly. It's like, here's the problem, you did it wrong, here's how you fix it, learn. And this was just at a time when they were doing starting the whole, well, you're not allowed to make students feel bad things, so I think he caught some flack for that, but no, that he, like, anybody who had him who was serious about their education was like, he was amazing. He pretty much treated students like, if you treated him with respect, he treated the students with respect. He wasn't he wasn't a dick, like, he wasn't an absolute dick to anybody. And I don't think you can get away with that today.
I don't see him to be able to make stairs with basalt.
Is there even a recipe for it?
Let me see.
If it is, does it require the basalt or the basalt cobblestone?
Apparently it is.
It probably requires the cooked version, though, right?
Oh, it does, but it also requires the crafted one of it.
I think the hardest thing, obviously, about teaching is keeping it interesting, right? Because my youngest brother used to teach some classes at the university, and he would always use like memes and troll face and shit like that. Trying to keep it modern.
I think this is different basalt.
look things up for you.
Yeah, because the stairs are Britannia, and it looks actually different from the basalt that's here.
You're right. Yeah, the Britannia one is, you have to infuse it with mana. Woo dirt.
Dang creeper.
Did it blow up on you?
Yeah.
Did it damage your base?
No, I was outside.
Did it damage my base?
Yep.
So I had a social studies teacher in high school who was really good. Like, he was one of those teachers where it's like, he would treat you as, if you acted like an adult, he would treat you like an adult, that type of thing.
Yeah, good luck finding people that act like adults, so.
Yeah, but I mean, because he was such a good teacher and because he had the respect of so many students, like, students would act respectful in his presence. But so when I took social studies with him, it's when you learn the political platforms like left wing, right wing, and stuff like that. Yeah. And it's funny because during the final exam, I brought a magazine for him to read.
Oh, geez.
Now, you remember the comedy magazines like Mad Magazine, Cracked Magazine?
Cracked Magazine?
There was a Cracked Magazine thing which had the Daily Liberal and the Daily Conservative. It's an article. It's got these two papers which all cover the exact same stories, but but in each newspaper, the view is completely different. And they had like the Dear Abby column type thing.
Yeah.
Each one had that, but it had this one person's like, yeah, it's like my my daughter is wants to move in with these guys and like experiment with drugs and stuff like that. And the Daily Liberal is just like, you know, she's a free spirit and you should encourage that type of imagination and stuff like that. And the Daily Conservative is like, no, she should be sent to bed with no dinner.
Dang it.
And she's like 25 years old. Where it's like there's a school bus thing where it's just like this student now is like so happy to be here. We see sunny new faces. And it's like and like all she has to do is take a bus that goes 13 miles to her new school. And then in the Daily Conservative, it's a different student, but it's just it's like so and so is like confused because he has to travel 13 miles by bus to come to a school that he doesn't recognize.
I don't get it.
Well, I mean, it's just opposite views, right?
Yeah. I don't like talking about politics. They make me mad.
If it's the politics that make you mad, it's the people who talk about it and think they know everything that makes you mad.
No, the politics make me mad too, because usually they're just as dumb.
Oh, that's right. You live in Alberta.
Yeah.
I like how you like don't even argue. You're just like, yep. Did you see how we're doing for rubber and storage? I think we're probably pretty good because I set up the harvester to work on some rubber. So how much do we have? Do you know?
Well, not only that, I'm got an extractor working through all of our rubber wood too.
But how much rubber do we have? Dang it.
4,000.
That's not too bad.
And we're getting quite a bit more because, like I said, I've got an extractor working on all our rubber wood. I just need to make a bunch of more overclockers.
I had some great high school teachers, or great teachers in general, but I also had some real shit ones. The real shit teachers really stood out. It's like, what does this guy teach? Oh, he teaches math and physics. It's like, well, how many students does he have? 8. Why does he have 8 students? Because nobody wants him as a fucking teacher. wonder how much trouble I would have gotten if I had actually physically assaulted him.
Probably a lot.
Because I did consider it when... He told me that I'm pretty much a waste of breath.
Yeah. You never say that to anybody.
And that
Try and work with them, if anything.
I'll never make it anywhere in life. This was when I was in grade 12 as well, right? Yeah, when I was in grade 12, I took physics with him, and at the end of the term, I had, I think, like 84% in physics.
Oh, nice.
Well, no, that was by far my lowest grade by quite a significant amount.
Oh.
And I wanted to graduate as top academic graduate. And I had a lot of leeway for extra credits because when I was in grade, like graduating required at that time a certain amount of credits in grade 12 courses. But in grade 11, I took a lot of grade 12 courses, so I had a lot of extra ones under my belt.
Yeah.
Like, I could have actually taken a couple of semesters off and still graduated. But no, I chose to take extra classes, and one of them was physics, and since it reduced my average so much, I dropped physics in like the second last week.
Ouch.
Well, I mean, I wanted top academic graduate, right? I wouldn't have gotten it if I hadn't dropped physics. But I was the last student in his class.
Oh, geez, so he sucked that bad.
Yes. Like, and most of the grades that I'd gotten and stuff like that, I had pretty much studied myself. Like, he wasn't useful as a teacher at all. So when I dropped the course, that's when he went into his spiel. Oh, you shouldn't bother applying to college. You're never going to make it anywhere in life. Herder. And I'm glad I didn't, but I was actually in prime position for me to roundhouse kick him. And at the time, I actually did feel it, but I thought, nah, it's not worth it. It's like when you go to choose your course, you tend to talk to other students. It's like, oh, which teachers should I have? And it's like every single time, not this one. This was before they had the ratemyteacher.com.
A lot of those are probably bunk, though. Most kids are...
Ooh, I hear Minecraft music.
Most kids hate their teachers whether they're good or not these days.
Yeah, but Rate My Professor I actually used in college quite a bit too. Obviously there'd be some skewing. One of the teachers that had an actual really bad review.
Yeah.
I would at least go for the first couple of classes just to, check for myself, right? But one of the instructors that had a really bad review, like I had him, and he was pretty much the best instructor I ever had for college. I mean, because I had him for business, right? And he was very business-like. And he just laid it on. He's like, here's the requirements. Here's what you need to do. Here's what's going to happen. And to pass his course, you just did what he told you to do. It's like, study this, learn it, and you'll do good on this exam. So I went and I studied that, and I learned it, and I did really well on the exam. And then some people didn't study that and didn't do well on the exam and then blamed him for it. And just like, for fuck's sake, like, really? He's also a super grammar Nazi. Like me, I have pretty good grammar. My grammar is good enough that I have done actual paid editing work before.
Okay. Mine isn't.
No, yours isn't. That's what I hang around for, to correct your grammar.
Okay, what device is a pulverizer? Is from thermal expansion. Now I need to try and see if there's some upgrades for that.
Trying to make it into a better pulverizer?
Yeah, faster.
You have to make it resonant first.
Oh. Okay, it's gonna stay like this.
It doesn't take much to make it resonant. I think you need like some glass and a is it a signalum gear in Invar? No, electrum gear and a enderium gear plus some glass and quartz glass. Here, look up pulverizer, and then when you're going through the different types of ways for things to work, look. There will be one section called upgrades. Man, you know what's the worst thing about harvesting trees? Gives me hives.
What's that, sorry?
I said it gives me hives.
Jeez.
And I don't have a scoop for them. I'm really annoyed thinking about that teacher again. I hope he died in a fire. Oh, okay, maybe that's a little mean. I told Mom what happened with what he said, and she's like, "What an asshole." All right, expanding the green. Don't quite want to flood this area yet. Dang it.
What?
I flooded this area.
Okay, back to work.
You have any teacher horror stories? Did you ever have a teacher that you wanted to punch in the face?
No. I had one of those, I'm gonna get you ready for college teachers, and he really was bad at it.
Describe being really bad at it.
It was social studies, but he was very. You should. I'll tell you. Like, this is what we're doing. I'll tell you my opinion on it, and then even though if it's an opinion paper, if you didn't write his opinion, you got like 0. So it's like, well, I doubt that's how it is in college, but
That's exactly how it is in college, actually. I told you the horror story about that one English teacher I had in college. I took essay writing with him, and my essay didn't have a very, like, had a different opinion than his, so he gave me 50 out of 100, even though it was a perfectly written essay. His whole thing was like, that is a childish topic. He took it from a childish opinion. I'm like, it was a satire essay. You wanted it satirical, and you said we could choose any topic we wanted, and that's what I did. I met all the criteria of it, and 50 out of 100 for a perfectly written essay. I told this before too, but I had him the next semester as well for readings and narrative, and I was dreading it. But then something happened to him. He either, I can't remember if he had like some major illness or was in some accident, but no, he ended up in the hospital.
Oh, jeez.
And we ended up with a teacher subbing in for him who was fucking amazing.
Good.
Like, he was fucking spectacular.
Like GTO style good.
Well, good in a different way. He was like the ideal like college professor. Incredibly respectful for students. He's the one. Okay, so I had him for readings and narrative. But for the narrative things, we were actually allowed to use movies and other mediums as well. It wasn't just like books.
Yeah.
And one of the essays I did was on anime. And when I did that essay, he was not familiar with it at all, and it actually sparked his interest to actually go and look into it and study it as a narrative medium. Because of his essay, he asked me to come to his office. He's just yeah, it's you wrote your essay. He's I haven't heard of this medium. It's a foreign medium. He's I kind of want to look into it because I did it on the anime series, which got me into anime, right? And it was a summarization and a review / opinion on the series. And I gave an honest review with obviously pros and cons of the series and stuff like that. And he's just and he was kind of I actually want to watch this now type thing. Never knew what happened to him because he left the semester after, but he's just one of those teachers when I look back and I just think, he was a good professor. Now, I do have some horror stories about some of the things I went through when I did my math degree. Actually, the funny thing with my math degree was I had a lot of really good Chinese dudes for professors.
That's racist.
It's not racist when it's true. But I had there was one time the administration made a mistake. There was, I can't remember, I can't remember why I dropped the course. But I had to drop one of the courses that I had. And when I dropped the course, I went to administration.
Yeah.
Or did I? No, I think I had to send somebody to administration because I was in the hospital at the time. Maybe that was it. But I was I was in the I was pretty much an invalid for I want to say 3 months. And when that happened, I had to obviously drop the course because I couldn't do anything. My days were pretty much lay in bed, cough up blood. You know, all the wonderful things for somebody who's really sick.
Yeah.
However, they didn't process the paperwork properly, so they said I'm still in the course.
What?
So I thought everything, the paperwork had all been taken care of. So, you know, I finally get back. So I go and I reapply. I'm just like, well, I guess I'd better, you know, actually take the courses now. And as I do, it's just like, oh, you're on academic probation for failing all your courses. And I'm like, well, what courses? I didn't take any courses this semester. They're like, yeah, you did. You took these 3 courses. I'm like, no, I dropped out of them immediately because I was, like, deathly ill. And they're just like, oh, that's not, we didn't get any paperwork for that, so you're stuck with these grades. And they would not remove it whatsoever. Talked to the dean, I talked to everybody, and they're just like, nope.
What a bunch of ass bags.
That was the beginning of me getting soured about the whole... Because when I went to college, the college was transitioning to a university. So their systems were all fucked up, so maybe that was one of the reasons why I was doing that. Like, all their computer systems were changing over, and everything was getting, like, they lost a bunch of my classes. Like, it was just a real shit show. And even though it was their fault, they were like, nope, even though we screwed up, it's still on your record.
I wouldn't fly today, I don't think. I would hope.
We're out of iron ingots.
Not my fault, I haven't been using.
That's okay, I just told the system to craft 27,000 iron ingots. Did I make an iron block world? It's less expensive than a yellowite world, I think.
There we go, I made my room.
I don't get why some college professors are the way they are, too. It's like, we want to learn, and college professors are like, we want to research. It's like, then go to a fucking research facility.
Yeah, that's kind of dumb.
It's like, college professors like, respect me, but I'm not going to respect you. It's like, then why should we respect you?
Exactly. Respect is earned, not gained.
Like, there was in, 7 Days to Die, when I told a story about that one professor I saw spit in that kid's face.
Oh, that's right.
Like, what a dick.
Like, why are you teaching?
Farm.
What's up?
I was just flying over the farm. There we go. Now I need a bunch of... Oh, I need to make it a remote and everything now. Time for security.
You know, a lot of the younger professors I had were usually really good. We just need young professors now.
So much terraforming to go.
Okay, wireless receiver.
This is as far as I'm going.
How low do I go? 62? Yep, 62. $64.
Whoops, went too low.
Oh yeah, it's not a wireless, it's remote. Then I believe it's a toggle latch?
For your defenses?
Yeah.
Yes, toggle
No.
latch. Whenever you hit it, we'll switch it between on and off.
Alright.
Alright, 62. I guess I should change the dig to just 1 now.
Okay, then I need pistons. Sticky pistons.
Are you urinating a lot?
Yeah.
The piss ton? What, no dang it?
Like, you don't deserve that much from me. Something that was great. One of my college math professors was this little cool Chinese dude.
Did he know karate?
Probably. Asian. He's Chinese, probably knew Kung Fu.
Right.
I think it was like 5'3".
Oh, jeez.
But he was a fucking genius, so. I think I found one of the old meteor spots. More dirt. Suddenly vegetables.
Searching. Would you come over here? Hello, I'm different. Sentry mode activated. Would you come over here?
So one of my high school friends worked as a computer,
Like information tech in the college that I went to.
Oh, okay.
And I wonder if you could recognize my writing. Because in that college, there was this like review process where every class would have like these forms to fill out, which was pretty much a review of the teacher. But the teacher obviously knew people's handwriting, so they would be submitted to the information
like, department, and then they would type it out. But since he worked there, I wonder if he could recognize my writing. Because I wrote a few things. Because like one of the bad teachers I had, it's like what could the teacher do to improve? And I wrote down not be shit.
Searching. Hello. Get mad.
I think, yeah, you might be able to recognize that.
Would you come over here?
I mean, I probably think I would.
I can't be the only person who says that. But it was the truth. If you wanted to be a better teacher, you could just stop being a shitty one. Because he was a really shitty teacher.
Is anyone there? Would you come over here? Is anyone there? Sentry.
There were a couple of teachers that I had like that in middle school too, where I was like,
over here?
how can they be better teachers? Like they cannot be shit.
Some teachers are just there because they think it's an easy job.
I had one teacher who had like the worst system for assignment handouts ever.
Sentry mode. Is anyone there? Searching.
So teachers also had like drop boxes in the office for assignments and stuff like that, in
Okay.
case we couldn't get to them. But
That's all I can say. Sentry mode.
one of my teachers,
Their policy was if she wasn't there to collect it on time, then it was still considered incomplete.
Isn't that like completely her fault?
Yep.
but I mean, I argued that case, and it's just like, well, no, it's that teacher, so it's their policy; they can do it as they wish.
Wrong. They have to follow the systems policy.
Well,
not
there wasn't an actual policy there. Like the mailboxes were pretty much like the teacher set their own policy for them.
And her policy was terrible because what will happen is, like, suppose there's an assignment due on Friday. So she'd say, "Oh, it's due Friday," so I would hand it in like Friday at like 2 p.m. But if she had already left by then, like if she only had the morning class when she left, and she picks up on Monday, she would still consider it late.
Even though the office would stamp the date and time in which it was received. So how unfair is that?
dumb.
Is anyone there? Is anyone I can say?
Yeah, it's not even unfair at that point. This is dumb.
It's dumb and unfair.
Searching.
So if I ever had to hand in an assignment that way, I would always make sure I get it, time stamped and everything. Double check it, make sure it's proper. And pretty much every teacher except for her would always be like, "Oh yeah, hand it in on time. That's fine."
But no, not her. Her Durst. She had to have her own rule. But I got a lot of terraforming done, so shall we call her there, or are you still working on something important?
No, I can finish up the next part later, if you want to come take a look.
Could you come over here? Sentry mode. Is anyone
All right, what kind of disaster are you making there? Yeah. Firing
As a creeper comes.
Oh.
Turn it on, make it kill, slaughter the creeper.
I'm gonna let the creeper get closer.
Could you come over here?
You know what sucks about it though is that there's the invulnerability time when they get hit by one.
Sentry mode. Searching. Still there?
Wee! Aw. Yeah, bring it, fuckers.
Does that even hurt
Pew,
you?
pew, 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 pew. It will in about probably a minute and a half.
But I mean, I'm only getting hit by one at a time, right? Like all 8 aren't hitting me at the same time because there's invulnerability between them. Ding, da-ding, 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 da-ding.
Come on, bring it back up. I don't want my... Alright, keep going. Keep going.
Is it actually getting through your shield?
Now it's getting through. Now it's getting into the shield. Like there's the energy field that has to reach 100% before it actually gets to the energy shield.
Jeez.
So it's gonna take, what is it doing here? About 4 per second? It's gonna take about 5 minutes for them to finally be able to damage me.
Okay, I'm gonna go fill the,
Activated.
or the pulverizer and stuff down here quick and...
Can you hear them shooting?
How are they? I should have put them... No, did I not put them away?
Yep. I'm jumping in front of it, so sometimes it puts it in the line of view.
I help you?
Oh, jeez.
It is.
Can I help you?
Okay, let me go fill this up here quick.
I hear enemies. Oh, you're surrounded by
Jeez.
enemies. At least you won't be lonely down here.
No, I got all sorts of weird noises.
Yeah, it's like you're surrounded by caves. Hey, Mike.
What? Okay, let's see.
You didn't put anything in the sag mill.
I'm filling it. I'm grabbing ore out right now.
Or what?
How much shield did that do?
I wasn't paying attention.
Did it bring your energy all the way up to 100%?
Nope. Here, try it again. 7%.
Really, that's it?
Thank goodness it's not exploding all over my machine room.
Is that a challenge?
Please don't.
Oh, I know what you have to do. Come here, Mike. You have your pickaxe with you?
Searching.
Yes.
Oh wait, I think I already showed you about the how you can tell I made a mistake in the at the storage. The hole. Right, come down to storage.
And then mine out one block beside the elevator here. You can tell I made a mistake with my pickaxe at one point. Right?
Look at all this quartz and stuff you left down here.
I mean, if I need quartz now, just make a quartz world and I'll have a couple million of it in a few minutes. Alright, well there we go. This is the frame rate decreaser because it's still working through all the yellowite that's going to be working on for the next 2 weeks.
I can throw all this in here now. Right. Well, there we go. Done for today. Thanks for watching. Did you say your thing too?
I'm trying to grab stuff out of the chest. It's taking forever.
Where's your goodbye, everyone?
Yeah, sorry, I was making some yellowite blocks quick.
Brock's was Japanese Tourette's coming out?
Sorry, I spent too long around you. Take care, everybody!
Hey guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a comment, like it, and share it with your friends. You can also click on the left button if you want to subscribe, and the right one to watch more Minecraft. Thanks for watching!